Welcome to Nerd on Nerd with me, Jack Kempster.
And me, Liam Underwood. In this episode, we're going to be discussing High School Musical. Can you believe it? I didn't think we'd ever get here. But
Liam's dreams finally came true.
well, you know what they say, Jack? We're all in this together.
Oh, God.
And I believe that this right here could be the start of something new.
Oh, please
So,
stop.
why don't me and you get our heads in the game?
Oh, no, this is real bad.
I mean, if I could just carry on like this, I could
I know you could.
to the top.
Listeners, this brings us to Liam's favourite part of the show, catching up with Jack and Liam. So, Liam, what have you been up to this week?
To be fair, we only recorded, a week ago, so...
Yeah, listeners, I'm on holiday next week, so we're recording slightly early.
Yeah, but
which has meant that we've had less time to do things this week, because usually we do 2 weeks.
Exactly, but that's fine. So I haven't had a chance to get to the cinema, so there's no spoiler-free cinema reviews, I'm afraid. But I did host a barbecue.
Oh, did you, Liam?
I did, and since you were there, you can tell me how you thought it went.
The barbecue was really good.
Yeah, now, can we just quickly talk about my barbecue utensils?
Oh, yeah, we can.
Yeah, because I brought out these contraptions, if you will, that are to aid in barbecuing, and I received some judgment. Some pretty sceptical looks came my way, and then I cracked out these utensils, and oh boy, did people feel silly when they saw how useful they were.
You say that, right? But what actually happened was, at the start you got them out, and I said, these look ridiculous, what's the point in them?
Yeah.
They make no sense.
Yeah.
Basically, listeners, they were these, I don't know how to describe them, it's like 2 bits of metal that hold 4 sausages in them each. You put it on a barbecue and you can flip it, and you flip all 4 at once.
You can also do burgers. There's like...
You also had the burglar equivalent.
Yeah, so like imagine 2 burger patties, are they called? Patties.
But no, we're English, so we just call them burgers.
Right, 2 burgers like next to each other. So like imagine like a grid of 4, how that would sensibly look. Just, I trust you. And that like also like, so these like, it's a metal thing, and you put the burgers in it, and it has like a metal lid that essentially flips on top of them, and you hook it in place, and you can just flip your meat nice and easy.
Yeah, right. Now, at first I was very negative about it. Then you started using them, and I was like, oh, I can see the point in them.
Yep.
I believe I was still like, I wouldn't use them.
Yeah.
And then, so you were very, guess you were wrong about judging my barbecue utensils.
Yeah.
And then, Liam, we ran into the numerous issues that these things caused.
We fixed all of those issues.
Yes, but whilst me and you were having to work together to fix those, I had managed to flip, 8 sausages that weren't in these stupid contraptions without any pain at all.
But here's the thing, now we know how the contraptions work, we'll know how to use them in future, so that won't be an issue.
No, now we know that they're too complicated, and
they're not. No, I would 100%
the
use
burgers
them again.
got stuck to the fucking mesh.
It was fine. They tasted fine.
They tasted fine, but we had to peel them off.
Yeah, okay, but here's the other thing. The burgers were also getting stuck to the actual barbecue grill. I would rather them get stuck to the mesh than the grill.
Why? You should keep your barbecue clean enough that you shouldn't worry about that, Liam.
I mean, if that's what the problem is, then we have to have a serious talk with my cleaner.
No, I'm saying you were saying you'd prefer them to get stuck to the mesh.
Yeah, I would.
Alright, fine.
Because I think it's easier to get them unstuck from the mesh than it is from the boiling hot grill.
You just scrape it with a spatula.
But the mesh I can, move. If I had to move it into the kitchen to fix it, I could. But I can't do that with the barbecue grill. Well, that's an issue.
If you're doing a barbecue, you should never have to move the food into the kitchen unless it's finished cooking completely and it's ready.
Is what happened because we figured it all out in the end anyway. So this is entirely a moot point.
Yeah.
I will say...
But I still don't think they were the be-all, end-all of barbecues.
No, they weren't the be-all and end-all. I mean, we also did have numerous issues with just getting the barbecue actually started.
Oh, yeah. We did struggle with getting 2 bags of charcoal to catch on fire when we found out that we didn't have any firelighters.
No, we did. They were just old.
Sorry, that's true. We had 4, and they were about 5 years old.
2 years old, but yeah. They might as well have been 5 years old for the amount of good they
They did not light.
No. But one of our guests had a rather smart idea. Now, I didn't know this was a thing. Did you know this was a thing?
No, I didn't.
So we both learned something, and now we're going to teach our listeners. So, gather round. If you need to make fire happen, here's how you do it.
In a barbecue or somewhere safe.
Yeah, obviously. Get some cotton wool. I picked up 100 cotton wool balls for a reasonable price from my local supermarket. Dip them in some olive oil. set fire to them, job done.
I mean, I thought there'd be more to it, Liam. It sounded like you were,
No, that's it. That's
sharing the words of wisdom.
That's as easy as it is.
Fair enough.
And it worked, didn't it?
I mean, it did in the end. We had to use quite a lot. Firelighters would have been easier.
Well, yeah, but, in a pinch.
Yeah, in a pinch, it was the correct solution.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think the barbecue went well. You got to meet some new people you hadn't met before.
The people that came, listeners, were Liam's D&D group.
Yeah, bunch of nerds.
Yeah, so it was good.
Yeah, exactly. We played some board games.
Yep.
Some worked, some didn't.
Which ones would you put in that didn't work? Werewolf didn't really work.
Every time we tried to play Werewolf didn't really work. But Resistance was quite fun.
Yep.
As it always is.
I love that game.
And then you got to experience Super Fight for the first time.
Yes.
Which, to me, it's a game that it's okay in small doses, but it's like Cards Against Humanity. When you first get it and you play it a lot and then you just get sick of it and you're happy to never play it again.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of at that stage with Super Fight.
Fair enough.
But, host didn't really get a say. He had to do what the masses wanted.
You're saying that like that's not the norm, and that is actually the right attitude, Liam. The host doesn't really get a say.
Yeah, I'm aware of that, Jack.
Well, no, it's just the way you said it, buddy.
I mean, I'm not saying I agree that it's right. I'm just aware that it is the right thing.
Right.
Hence why we didn't get to do what the host wanted to do.
Yeah, I think it's a good thing that there's some part of you that's aware that he has to follow these rules, because otherwise you would have no friends.
Yeah, I'm aware I have to follow the rules. I just don't have to be happy about doing it.
Yeah, that's fine. We can live with that.
Exactly. But yeah, the night before the barbecue,
yeah,
there was some incidents which resulted in our good friend Jack here not drinking.
I got a little bit drunk.
A little bit. I mean, in all fairness, we both did.
I think we were both equally drunk.
Yeah.
You just had the fortune of getting rid of it all.
Yep. So I woke up the Sunday morning, dancing, singing, eating pancakes, loving life. How did you wake up on the Sunday morning, Jack?
It was the Saturday morning.
Oh, sorry, yeah, correct.
And I woke up on a sofa, even though we had inflated an airbed for me, and I felt terrible.
So bad that you couldn't really eat until the barbecue.
Yep.
Couldn't drink at all that day.
Not alcohol. I could drink other drinks.
Yeah, no alcohol. Yeah, it was not a pretty sight for you, was it?
No. It's also the first time I've had a proper hangover.
Ever?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I said this to you.
So
I've always been that person. Like at uni, I never had hangovers. I've had like headaches and shit before.
Yeah.
And felt slightly sick the next day, but I've never had like the I can't function properly hangover.
So do you think maybe you're getting old?
Yeah.
So mortality's coming?
No, I don't think it ties into your mortality particularly.
No, because when you're young and you think you're invulnerable, you can take on the world, and then
Liam,
you realise the world.
You're talking to me.
Yeah, that's true.
Who, whilst you've been like going, "Oh, my back's bad," I've always agreed with you and been like, "So's mine." I was old before my time.
You were. It's a shame you had to experience your first hangover.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't particularly mind. I just felt bad until about noon.
Yeah, which isn't that when you woke up?
Come to the shops with you.
That wasn't until about 2:00.
Yeah, that was
I didn't force you. I actually gave you the opportunity to not come, but you decided you wanted to. So let's not make Liam out to be the villain. He's very nice, I've heard.
It's all lies.
Yeah, so that was really the weekend, I think.
That was most of it.
And, the rest of the time, for me at least, it's just been working. I finished season 3 of Banshee, you'll be pleased to know.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
How does that? Is series 3 the last one?
No, so there's one more season that's very recently finished airing.
Ah, okay.
So I'm just kind of impatiently waiting for them to announce when it's going to be released on Blu-ray.
Yeah, got you.
But yeah, season 3, super good. It's a great show. But
Yeah, no, I love that first season, and I've heard that it gets better. Definitely.
But I've mentioned it's good before, so don't need to bang that drum again. Also, because that finished, I started watching South Park. Probably 2 years ago now, I started from the beginning. And I tend to do a season and a half, and then go do another show or couple of shows, and then go back to it.
Yeah.
So it's taken me about 2 years, but I'm finally on season 10, which has the Make Love Not Warcraft episode.
Yeah, that is a good episode.
Classic. It also, the 2 episodes that I most recently watched were Cartoon Wars, which is the one where Family Guy are going to show the Prophet Muhammad.
Yes.
And they get censored. It's just those 2 episodes I think are just genius.
Yeah, I mean South Park is just a fucking great show.
Yeah, it is. And I like that it's very self-aware of its own failings as well. Because it even kind of, while it is throwing a lot of shade at Family Guy, it does kind of also raise some issues with South Park about the fact that it can kind of get a bit preachy.
Yeah.
So, great show. I think I've only ever really seen up to like season 13, 14 before, so I'm kind of excited to... I mean, I think they're on season 23 at the moment, so I've got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, I sort of like randomly dip in and out, and I'll watch a series and then miss a couple and then watch the next series that comes out.
Yeah, I can't do that though, because I'm me.
Yeah, but I mean, for a show like South Park, like I wouldn't do it with pretty much any other show, but with something like South Park, there's not exactly continuity happening.
No, that's... Well...
There's bits that happen. There are things that, like, when Kenny died for a couple of series.
Exactly. Unlike Mr. Garrison having the sex change.
Yeah. But that's, like, such a minor... Like, I feel like if I started watching South Park and saw that a character had a sex change, I'm not going to be like, I don't understand what's happened.
Yeah. So...
And also, I don't think there'd be... Like, I don't think the episodes would just be, like, relying on knowledge that you don't have.
Well, no. This season did open, though, with the return of Chef, which is the episode where they kill Chef.
Yeah.
Which I think is talking about continuity, if you are following it for that is a kind of pivotal point.
I don't know if you can use words like pivotal point with South Park.
Yeah, just did it.
You did.
I did. So yeah, that's been the life of Liam. I also started playing the Walking Dead Telltale game on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, how are you finding it?
The gameplay, I'm not particularly enjoying.
Yep, but that was obviously going to be the thing, because it's a Telltale game.
Yeah, it's very ropey. It doesn't feel particularly smooth, I guess.
But that's not the point of those games.
No, I know, but I just feel like at this point with games, I expect a little bit more, like, polish almost. Like, it just... I guess I'm kind of a bit treated when it comes to games lately. So now, kind of taking a step back where things are a bit awkward and clumsy is just taking a bit of adjusting to. So, like,
I think it's just your inability to separate these things.
Possibly. Like, so, yeah.
Like, because to you, everything should have the same, like, you bummed Uncharted so much.
It was really good.
And you're now like, any game that isn't Uncharted, you're like, well, this game's slightly ridiculous because it doesn't have the same spit shine that Uncharted did. And I'm like, fuck off, Liam.
Well,
no one cares.
That is true. So, with The Walking Dead, obviously, the thing I like the most when it comes to games, if listeners aren't aware of this yet, it is the story for me. That's, like, the thing that I boil it all down to.
Yeah, so you should love it.
I am enjoying the story. I kind of wish it was a movie more so than a game.
But it gives you choices.
Yeah, I know, and I'm always worried that I'm making the wrong choices. So I'm happy to just watch a movie and not have to worry about making the wrong choices. Like, okay, so I'm going to give very, very mild spoilers.
No.
Why not?
Because I haven't played the Walking Dead game.
Yeah, okay, so honestly, if you haven't played it, this won't make sense to you, right?
No, but it will when I do play it. I've got it downloaded and ready to play.
Well, why haven't you played it yet then?
Because I have, unlike you, Liam, I don't just, like, I have...
All right, no.
My Steam library is something like 200 games.
Okay, it's fine. I'm going to do this in a way that is totally fine. So people who have played the game will know what I'm talking about, and you, even if you start playing the game, you won't know what I'm talking about, okay?
No, that sounds like a terrible fucking idea, because I will when I get to whatever point you're going to spoil.
I promise. I'm giving you...
I'm going to be so... Seriously, if you spoil this game for me, genuinely,
right.
If I get to a point in this game, and I go, this is what Liam was talking about, I swear to you, the next time I see you, I'm going to punch you.
Alright, just have a bit of trust in me, okay?
So I'm fine, I trust you. I'm letting you know what will happen if you fail.
So, as you said, the game is all about making decisions, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm very anxious about making the wrong decisions. And it got to a point when I was playing the other night where there was 2 decisions I could make, but I didn't have, like, all of the information for making them. So I made a decision, not realising that something else was kind of going on behind me when I made that decision, and if I had have known that, I would have made a different decision.
Okay, yeah.
That doesn't ruin anything. I don't think... I think once you've played that bit, you might be like, oh, that's what Liam was talking about, but only
that's fine.
after the fact.
I don't mind if it's after I've done that bit.
There we go. Nailed it.
We'll see when I play the game.
But it's things like that just... I'm like, could you not have given me that information so I could be more informed in making these decisions, I guess?
But surely that's the point of it.
Well, no, because other times as well, right? So when you get these decisions that you have to make, they tend to be like conversational pieces.
Yeah.
And sometimes the way I'm reading it, because it's just text, isn't the way that it's necessarily being delivered. So I'm like, oh, if I'd have known he was going to be an arse when he said that, I would have probably chosen something else. So this is what I'm saying. Like, for me, take the decision part out of it. Just give me a movie. I'd have much preferred it. Because I like the story and the characters.
The issue with that, Liam, is they've done that. If you want that, you can go and watch The Walking Dead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that doesn't have these characters and this situation in.
Yeah, but the point of these characters in these situations are they've been made for this game. Like, as much as I understand what you're saying,
yeah,
but I don't think... I think because this has been built for a game, I reckon if they did do a movie or whatever, or a TV show spin-off that was based on the story of this game, I reckon everyone would hate it, except maybe you, because you just seem to be polar opposite to whatever the rest of humanity thinks.
Not deliberately.
No, I sort of think it is a bit deliberate.
It's quite accidental.
I don't think it is.
I think it is.
I think you could change if you wanted to.
I'm not going to. So,
exactly.
But no, I like, for you, I would recommend giving this game a go, but I know that means that you probably won't, so maybe I don't recommend that.
No, this one I've wanted to play for a while.
Yeah, you actually wanted to watch the latest season of The Walking Dead for a while, and
no, I've told you, I'm going to watch the latest series of Walking Dead, but I'm deliberately leaving it to annoy you.
Yes, exactly. So if
I'm not going to leave this one to annoy you because this is a game that I want to play.
But you also want to see The Walking Dead,
but not desperately enough to do it.
But so you want to play the game more than you want to see it.
I'm not like you. I prefer games. Like, if someone gives me a game, if someone had said to me, you can either play this game or watch this TV series, I would every time pick the game.
Okay, so no matter how much I say you should play the game, it's not going to stop you from playing it. Or, put you off of playing it, I guess.
No.
Cool, so definitely play this game. Hurry up.
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
Did you...
Oh, maybe you shouldn't have said hurry up. Oh.
Why not?
You added in that hurry up and that's really put me off.
Well... What a shame. Did you, I think on PlayStation Plus you could get Season 2 for free a couple of months ago.
I might have got it, I'm not sure.
I mean, you're going to be pretty silly if you didn't.
Well, I'll just get it on Steam.
You'd have to pay, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Exactly, there's a difference between paying and free.
Yeah, but I have money that I can afford to buy a game every now and again.
Oh, look at Jack, he's got money. So what have you been up to, Jack?
I went to a barbecue this weekend, Liam, as we said.
Yeah, how was that? You said it was good. Moving on. What else you been up to, though? Because I'm pretty sure you've been up to some other things.
Have I?
Yeah, Jack. You have. You've been going out.
Oh, thank you.
Whoa, that was more work than it needed to be.
Yeah. Listeners, last episode, I made some comments about Pokemon Go.
So they were quite rash.
And I still agree with those comments. They weren't rash. I agree with them still. I still agree Pokemon Go is not a good Pokemon game. Mm-hmm. And I think it is a good AR game, right?
AR, for those that don't know, is augmented reality.
Yeah, it's a game that you effectively play that overlays the real world with a virtual world.
So, okay, for someone that maybe doesn't know anything about Pokemon Go, and I think it's going to be rare for someone like that, but could you give a very brief description of what the gameplay is?
You literally walk around, Pokemon will appear on the map. The map is our world. Mm-hmm. So as you're walking around, you're moving around our world, and Pokemon appear in different places. There are points where you can, if you go to certain points, like places of interest, you can pick up items, and then there are gyms as well, where there are basically 3 teams in the game that you pick at level 5. You join one, and they can each capture gyms, and then you can fight to control another gym, or you can help your gyms get stronger. And that's like that is the concept of the game.
Yeah.
So since last episode, I've been playing this pretty much every day, and I've really enjoyed it.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, well, it's got you out of the house, hasn't it? It's got you going for walks. It's
good because it gives me a reason to go out and explore and walk around. I've been places that I don't usually go, which is cool.
Yeah,
I've met people. I've met 2 different groups now, just because that were all playing Pokemon Go, and one of them we just met up randomly. Because you can put down a little item that makes an area more attractive to Pokemon, so more Pokemon appear.
Yeah, that's what those thieves in America were doing to mug people.
Yeah, but that was because people were then going into the middle of fucking car parks.
Yeah.
The one I went to was I could see it from across the park I was in, and I was like, cool, there's a bunch of normal people, normal people standing round with their phones out, so I just sort of strolled over and was like, hey, and they were like, Pokemon Go? It's good. I don't get I get that you don't like Pokemon now.
It's not. No. It's not that.
It is. Last episode, Pokemon. You said you don't like Pokemon.
No, I said I'm done with Pokemon. It's not that I don't like it. I get the appeal to it still, and I liked it. But that was also talking about the games, not this. And this is nothing like the games, which makes me dislike it even more.
But see, the thing is, I've given it a chance.
You have. Well done.
I don't know why you aren't. You could give it a chance.
I can't because it's not available in the UK yet.
Meh.
Yeah, so...
It's literally stopped nobody.
No, I know it hasn't. And I really hope... I mean, I know they won't because so many people were doing it, but...
Like, yeah, I had this discussion the other day with someone, like the 20 of us that met at a pub.
Yeah.
And one of them was like, at this point, what are they going to do? They can't ban everyone that's doing it in the UK because they will lose their entire customer base of the UK.
But it'd be so funny if they did.
Everyone would just make new accounts. We'd all be pissed off, but we'd make new accounts. And then I guarantee they would just lose money because if you were forced to make a new account, I reckon people would just be like, well, I'm not going to give them fucking money for it.
I genuinely feel like this is a fad, and in 2 to 3 weeks' time, like, some people will obviously still be playing it, obviously, but at the moment, it really does feel like a lot, like an awful lot of people are playing it, and I think 2 or 3 weeks' time, it will be nothing like that.
See, the thing is, right, I reckon it will, but yeah, because everything does that. Everything runs a course and then slowly trails off. The thing is, if they add more stuff, so if they make it a big deal when they release the next set of Pokemon.
Well, first it has to be officially released.
Yeah, but that's hopefully going to be within a week.
Yeah, hopefully by the time this episode goes live.
Yeah. Then yeah, so it'll come out everywhere, so that'll get people back into it, I think.
I think it will get an sort of an influx of people that at the moment can't be bothered to try and figure out a workaround. Yeah. So that's when it's probably going to reach its peak popularity for like a week. And then I do think people will just start losing interest. Yeah,
no, you're right. People will, but the people that I've already met doing it, like they're the people that I'm like, I assume aren't just going to trail off quickly because these people seem dedicated.
Maybe.
I mean, no, they do. You don't know because you didn't meet these people.
No, exactly. That's why I said maybe. I wouldn't know one way or the other for sure. I wouldn't know if they were or if they weren't. Hence, maybe being the correct answer.
I mean, my sort of evidence for them being quite dedicated to the game would be the fact that on a Monday night, from about 8 till 12, there were 20 of us sitting in a pub just catching Pokemon and talking.
Which, you know, like I said, the good thing about it is getting people out and socialising. I'm just not sure those are the sort of people that I would want to be out socialising with.
What? Okay, that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to call you up on that. What do you mean by that?
People that are walking around pretending they're Pokemon masters with their phones.
Right, so you're talking about the, 3 cosplay pictures people have seen?
No, I'm really not. I'm
right, well, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Playing this game.
Okay, well, let me put this in a context that maybe you'll feel closer to home about, right? So it's the 80s, Liam. And Dungeons and Dragons has come out.
Okay.
And everyone that is traditionally a nerd is loving it. They're all enjoying it. Maybe the 60s. I'm not 100% sure.
That's how
and then everyone says, oh, well, that game is Satan's game. And you're just a kid that doesn't play it. And your mum's like, well, I don't want you to talk to these people because all of them are Satan worshippers and it's the devil's game. But no, you're right, Liam. I'm sure that all Pokemon Go players are identical and are just a bunch of losers. No, you're probably right.
Something very similar to that happened to me when Pokemon first came out.
Did you get bullied for playing Pokemon?
No. So I was allowed to play Pokemon. I got given Pokemon Red for Christmas and loved it, played it, stayed up all night playing it. I think it's the first time I ever did that with a game. But then it was a little while after that it started really gaining a lot of popularity over here with the card games.
Yeah.
I was not allowed to participate with the trading card games. Now, bearing in mind, I'm someone who grew up kind of collecting Magic the Gathering. So, a Pokemon trading card game, I was 100% all about. But
yeah, why were you not allowed to collect cards?
Because my mother had seen some news reports that kids in America were getting stabbed over these cards. So she thought, right, let's not let Liam have them, and then he won't get stabbed.
Got you.
Which is just ridiculous.
But I mean, that's different in the sense that wasn't your mum being like, all Pokemon card collectors are knife-wielding maniacs.
I mean, she might have been, I really
Whereas
don't know.
you're very much just stereotyping.
No, I'm not.
You're the people.
I'm not saying
that everyone is trying to move away from. You're like the cyberbullies. You are cyberbullies in a nutshell.
Right, I'm not saying that everyone playing Pokemon Go is like.
I'm pretty positive that is what you said.
Is a thief or whatever.
No. You said specifically. I don't think they're the kind of people I would like to associate with. Talking about everyone that plays Pokemon Go.
Exactly, because...
Right, so that's what I'm saying. You're stereotyping an entire group of people, which at this point in time is a very large percentage of the world's population.
It is, and that's what really worries me, because as someone who has just reached a point in their life where they're like, I'm so done with Pokemon, to see everyone go so crazy about it, and that happened after I reached that point, it's just baffling. It's like, okay, it's like the My Little Pony thing. I never understood that. Imagine if that blew up even more, right? To the point where everyone was going around talking about My Little Pony and meeting up to talk about My Little Pony. And
I mean, there are people that meet up and talk.
No, but imagine if it was on the scale of Pokemon Go right now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think I'd.
It's just baffling.
That's fine. I get that point. I get that. So if everyone was playing My Little Pony Go,
yeah,
right, I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't be like, oh, I'm going to play this.
Exactly.
But then if someone was like, oh, if one of my friends was like, oh, I'm playing My Little Pony Go, I wouldn't be like, and then he was like, oh, I met up with a bunch of people that were talking about it and we had a good time. I wouldn't be like, oh, I can't imagine I'd like to speak to any of those people, because that's ridiculous.
Well,
do you get what's ridiculous about that?
Nah.
Do you actually not?
Because I think if my friend was like, oh, I'm playing My Little Pony Go, I'd immediately be like, cool, that's the end of that conversation and friendship. No, I can't say that, because My Little Pony Go is all about friendship is magic, right? So I can't say that. But
I mean, the thing is, right, you're from this generation, the generation that I'm not even talking about Pokemon Go anymore, right?
No, the Pokemon generation.
You're just from this generation. No, I'm not talking about the Pokemon generation. I'm talking about the internet generation, and the generation that's most of our generation are all like, would prefer the world to be a social place. We're the ones that got Facebook and all this stuff that made the world this social, like, it's harder to be different. Like, there are still people that are different that still get picked on and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel people before us had it harder when they were nerds. But you're a nerd that is basically saying, fuck other nerds, I don't want to talk to other nerds, fuck nerds.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
No, okay, here's the thing.
Which is why I described you earlier as the cyberbully, not because you cyberbully anyone, but because I imagine you have that mindset.
Here's the thing, right? What you're saying about, like, Facebook and stuff, I'm not a big fan of the fact that you've got things like Facebook and stuff. Like, I have it, and I use it to talk to real friends. Like, not... Right, that's a bit... That's not what I mean. When I say real friends, like people I know from real life.
Yeah. Okay?
I like Twitter. I'll frequent it every now and again, and Twitter's where I'll talk to, like, internet friends, if you will. I feel like what you're talking about is the people that are happy for those two circles to meet, whereas I'm kind of completely content with keeping those two circles separate.
No, see, I think the mistake you're making there is thinking that... So, the group of people that I met in Battersea Park, right... I didn't meet them and then all of us exchange numbers and be like, let's all team up and be best buddies.
Why not?
I met them, I had a good experience where we all just chatted and hung out for a little bit, and then we all went our separate ways. Because they're not my real friends, Liam. They're just people that I have a starting connection with where we can all go, hey, we all play Pokemon Go, so we can talk about this. And it just gives you an easy way to talk to people, right?
Yeah.
So I don't get what there's no bad side to that. It's just people, if everyone is more friendly in a casual way like that, where I'm not trying to make friends with these people, I'm just happy to share an experience with them. Like, that's not a bad thing. It's just... I think the bad thing is saying, I don't ever want to meet people like that. It's insane.
No, it's just, for me, it baffles me that it's taken Pokemon Go for that to happen. Like, you can do that with people.
But you're not doing it. But you're not, so I don't know why you should be baffled that something's happened that's done it.
I don't live...
It's not like you're this fucking social butterfly that just wanders around the streets being like, hello, stranger, why don't we share a drink together and become friends? You're not. You're like me.
I don't live my life to be an example to anyone. So,
but then you shouldn't be baffled that something has come along that's done it.
Like, no, I can be 100%. Because I can be like, no, because I agree. Like, you should be going out and having these experiences. It's just, why has it taken Pokemon for that to happen? Like, you live in a city where you have so many opportunities to do so many different things.
Oh, like what, Liam? Give me an example. Because this is the thing. I feel like you living in the country, you do a lot of this where you think London's this, like, social fucking hub.
Yeah.
I guarantee most people that live here do not think that way.
But I bet that if you wanted to, you could.
Like what? No, but what specifically could I go and do? Like, give me an example.
You could join clubs.
Right. Do you know how difficult it is to, like, find a club that's you're gonna... Because the thing with Pokemon Go is, it's not a club. We're not all meeting up and going, I'm 10 levels higher than you. Whereas, say, for example...
What clubs do you do that?
So say, for example, when I was a kid and I was like, I want to do karate, right?
Right.
So my mum and dad went, okay, we'll find you a karate club. We'll try and, we'll get you to join one.
Yeah.
And then what happens is you go to a club and you're a white belt and all the other kids are like green and yellow belts.
Yeah.
And they're better than you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not really able to connect with these people because we're not all coming into this. Like, there's not an easy. You can't just be like. Oh,
So
yeah.
wait, were you the only white belt at the club?
I think there were like 2 white belts.
Right, but then you realise you keep going, and then eventually you go up a level.
Yeah, but do you know how difficult it is to get good at real life physical activities?
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah. Whereas this isn't. This is a very easy thing that you can do.
But aren't there clubs that you can join that aren't physical activities?
Yeah, there's things like chess.
Yep.
That presents its own set of challenges.
Such
And that
as?
you don't immediately become a grandmaster of chess when you pick up chess.
No, but, right, sorry.
I'm saying that these things present
club-
issues. Alright, so more like, let's go more like a club like the societies at university, right?
Yeah, sure.
So you've got video game club, and you've got movie club or whatever, and you've got the rock societies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they, Liam? They're not a real thing that just people can wander around and do.
Are you
and
sure?
I can't just casually go out on the street and be like, I wonder if I'll meet a rock society.
Have you actually tried Googling?
There probably are, mate. But it doesn't give people the easy access that Pokemon Go does. Where in Pokemon Go, I can just wander around and I can see people playing it, and I can see a group of them at a specific point. Not because I'm looking for them, just I happen to be there, right? Whereas a rock society, I can't just be wandering around and meet a rock society.
No.
Because we don't live in the Pokemon world where that 100% would happen.
But genuinely, I reckon in like 2-3 weeks' time, you won't even be able to play Pokemon Go, because I think that will be the extent of the drop-off. That, like, there will definitely be a couple of people, but your chances of bumping into them will be very, very small.
And that's fine, because I'm not playing it just for the social side. I'm also playing it because my friends are playing it. And then when they leave, I'll be playing it because I'll be like, hey, guess what? I've just got in from work, or I'm leaving work, and I could get the train, or I could walk through Battersea Park, go and see some cool shit, and happen to be finding Pokemon as well.
That's the thing. I'm very pleased that this game has got you going out and exercising. I think that's a wonderful thing. It's just my concern for that is if your only motivation to do that is the game, then you might not keep doing it once your interest in the game has gone.
No, but like I've said to you, Liam, I'm not doing it for the game. The game is an excuse for me.
Yeah, but when you stop playing the game...
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not a case of... Right, that's what I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
I'm
right?
not.
It's not that I'm playing this game and then I go, well, I have to walk around to play this game, so I guess I'll walk. I enjoy walking. I always have. I love going and exploring places, but there's never a motivation for me to do it, right?
Yeah.
So what I've done instead is I've gone, I really want to go for a walk, and if I open Pokemon Go, that gives me an excuse to, like, it gives me an aim, a destination. I can be like, well, I'm going to go see what that gym is.
Yeah.
So it's an excuse to go and do it.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is, when you stop playing the game...
But I won't. I just won't, because I'll go, it's a good excuse for me to go and walk, so I'm going to force myself to keep playing it.
Right, so you're now just trapped into this game for forever.
I don't care.
Okay.
It's not going to fucking hurt anyone. It's not going to hurt me.
No, but you were quite judgmental with the people that, I don't know, played World of Warcraft a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. What was the physical benefit of World of Warcraft? How much money did people have to pay to World of Warcraft to play it? Because so far I've not spent a single pound on Pokemon Go, and I won't.
They're very different games, but you know.
Oh, okay, they're different games. So almost as if you can't use them in an analogy.
No, I
together.
think if you're kind of starting
I'm also
to
not
centre...
judgmental of World of Warcraft players, because I've always understood why people play it. I've always just said I'm not the kind of person that would.
Yeah, but I think if you're kind of starting to centre your life around a game...
I'm not centering my life around Pokemon Go. I'm not... What are you talking about? I'm going on holiday, and I'm definitely not going to be spending that whole holiday playing it. I went to yours on the weekend and didn't play it.
I'm pretty sure you played it a little bit, but...
I opened it when I got there to annoy you, because you'd already said you didn't like it, so I deliberately didn't talk to you for 5 minutes while I was catching Pokemon.
I didn't even notice.
And then Kat asked about it, so I showed her the game. And then that was it.
Oh, wow, I didn't even notice that you were doing that.
No, you were on the phone, that's why.
Oh, okay.
So it sort of fell through, because you were also having to ignore me.
I also feel like the fact that, as you said, there were no Pokemon around my area maybe affected that. I think if
there are Pokemon, there's less of the stops and like the areas to see.
So I think if there had been more of that, then maybe you'd have been like, "Oh, Liam, I'm just gonna pop out and get some."
No, of course I fucking wouldn't.
Why not?
What are you talking about? Why would I? If I was hanging out with a friend, why would I abandon a friend to go and play some fucking game?
Because your friend might have been on
this
the phone
is the thing.
trying to
I
sort
think
out
you are still doing
something.
that thing. My aim for this entire podcast, right, is to one day get you to empathise with someone. I'm not normal, but I just want you to suddenly... I want, at some point in this podcast, you to go, oh, everyone isn't me. And then that moment, I will be so goddamn happy.
Right, well, I think...
When you're like, wait, you're playing this game and you're not dedicating your life to it. And I go, yeah, I'm playing it for the exercise, but I'm happy to turn it off when I, am with friends. I'm happy to put it away when I'm with my family.
I'm just
and then
confused.
You'll go, that's a thing people can do?
I'm confused that you don't see my concern in that if you do stop playing it, if you do, that you won't be like, well, I've enjoyed all the benefits of doing the walking, so I'm just going to carry on doing that. Do you understand that concern?
I think I understand what you're saying. But hopefully by then, right?
Yeah.
I'll be fit enough that I can go for walks.
But you're already fit enough to go for walks.
But I can't go and run because I look like a twat when I run.
No, but you're not running with Pokemon Go, so it's a moot point. You're just walking.
No, right? But it'll get me healthier to a point where I'm not like a fat lump of lard that doesn't want to go running and swimming. Like, seriously, if I could swim every day, if someone was like, there's a pool near you on the way back from work, maybe not every day, maybe every other day, and there was this pool near me, I would love to go swimming every other day.
Is there not a swimming club you could join?
Do you have, Liam? This is a genuine question.
Yeah.
Because you're not good. You're not great at social situations. You're like me, right?
Yeah,
I think you're better than me.
Debatable. It depends on the social situation.
I think you are. But do you have social anxiety?
Yeah.
Because I don't understand how you don't get...
But here's the thing.
So I wouldn't want to get my body out at a pool.
Swimming isn't a social thing. You don't go swimming to meet people. There are people there who you don't have to interact with.
I don't think you understand. My social anxiety doesn't have a basis of logic. There's no, like... My social anxiety doesn't go, no, you're right, Jack. I'm going to stop because you're correct.
No, but I think the
get what
issue
you're saying.
is...
You're 100% right. I 100% agree with you.
Yeah.
It's just not how it works.
No, I know, but do you know how to overcome it?
If you're going to be one of those people that does the bullshit, just be confident and all that shit...
No, it's not that.
Don't.
It's not that.
That is the worst.
It's not that.
I hate people that say that.
Generally, I think the only way to overcome it is to put yourself in situations where you have to face it. Because it's not that you get confident or anything. You're just like, right... I have to do this, and once you've done it once, the next time it's still terrifying, but in the back of your mind you go, well, I did it once, and I genuinely think that's the way to start getting over it.
Right. I disagree with you, but that's fine.
Maybe give it a go.
No.
Wow, that's a shame.
It's good. I'm just going to do the plan that I'm currently doing, which ends with me in the same fucking situation, so it's fine.
But would you say you would prefer to go swimming than walking?
Yeah, and eventually I will.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, Liam. That's what I don't understand. You're trying to give me this other option.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm going to get to the same point. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. It's just...
I'm happy doing it my way. I don't need to rush anything. I'm cool.
No, you don't. It's just the way I'm looking at your situation right now is you're like, I'm doing something that I'm mildly enjoying to get to a stage where I can do something I really enjoy. I was like, why don't you just cut in the middle, man, and get to a stage that you really enjoy?
Because I'm also enjoying the walk. Like I said, I do love going for walks.
But you also did just say that you would prefer to go swimming.
Yeah, but swimming is something you can only do, like... I don't think you could go swimming every day. I know people do go swimming every day.
I don't think... You could build up to that point, but I do think...
But I wouldn't want to. Like, I feel like if I swam every day, I would get fed up of swimming.
Yeah.
Like, I used to go once a week.
Yeah.
And I was fine with that. Once a week was fine for me.
What about if you got a house with a swimming pool? Wouldn't that fix everything?
No, because it'd be small.
Yeah, maybe. So, when you go swimming, right... Do you wear, like, the big flowy trunks or the little tight budgie smugglers?
I wear baggy shorts, but that's less because of my body and more just because I've always worn baggy clothes and like baggy clothes.
I'm like that with underwears.
Yeah, I wear... What do you wear? I wear loose-fitting boxer shorts.
Yeah, same. You might recall, we was having a discussion not too long ago where I mentioned that I'd run out of clean underwear and I had a pair of Marvel pants that Kat got me for Christmas.
Yep, this does ring a bell.
Yeah, and they're like boxer briefs. So they're boxer shorts, but they're kind of...
They hug the body.
Yeah, they try to keep everything in place. And now what was blowing my mind with these is, so with my boxer shorts, they tend to have a little button in the middle. So when you want to go for a tinkle, pop the button open, flip it through, and you're away, right?
Yes.
Now these didn't have a button. What they had instead was this, like, slit, if you will. So, like, imagine, like... I don't even know how to describe it, like a tunnel in the fabric that you could, like, poke yourself through.
Just pull them down.
It was just mental, and they were very tight. Like, they weren't uncomfortable, I just prefer the looser. I like to just let things flow.
Yeah.
So I'm 100% with you. I'm like all about the swimming trunks that are quite loose. Like I think the thing is, I totally get where you're coming from with this whole not wanting to get your body out, and I 100% was like that for a large part of my life up to a certain point, and I got to two different like mindsets in it. So the first was, as you know, I sometimes suffer from back and leg problems, and it got to a stage where I had to go and have hydrotherapy.
Yeah.
Where you sort of splash around in a little swimming pool. So it got to a stage where I was like, well, I have no option but to do this, because I would rather get out of this physical pain I'm constantly in. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing where I sort of stopped being so insecure about my body, was I was like, right, if I don't like the way my body looks, I either have to do two things. One, try and change it, or two, not do that and just accept and love it how it is. And for a long time, I did option number two.
That's fair. The thing is, I feel like I've over-exaggerated it, because I'm going on holiday in a week, and I'll be in that goddamn pool, like every day, and I will not care.
Exactly, but is that?
I think it's more. I think what it is the fitness part of it. It's the whole like I'm fine, because I've made it sound like I hate my body, and I don't.
You shouldn't, Jack. You shouldn't.
I don't.
It's a fine body.
It's not. It's failing
not.
me,
it is.
But I don't mind.
There's better, but
I think the thing is, as soon as you look like you're trying to lose weight, there's something in my head that's like, you're trying and you haven't yet. I think that's the issue. Like, it shouldn't be, and it isn't. If I see someone who's trying to lose weight, I'm always like, good for them.
Same.
Fucking go for it.
Yeah.
But there is that part of me. It's not like, I'm not ashamed to get my body out. People that follow us on Twitter,
they'll have seen your body. Yeah.
They will have.
They've probably seen more of your body than they've seen mine.
They have. They've seen me dance. Yeah. They've seen all sorts. And I'm not ashamed of my body. But I don't know. It's very strange.
I get it. 'Cause I'm the same. Sometimes, like, if I see someone who's trying to lose weight, I'm like, great. But I do feel like there are definitely some people, particularly in like a gym scenario, where they see those people come in and they're a bit like, oh, you're just kind of getting in my way.
Yeah, I think I'm worried about that. I don't like making people upset, and I'm worried that I'll upset someone, because they'll be like, well, I'm trying to do it properly, and you're
Here's
not.
The thing, right? If someone is like that to you in that situation, they're the ones being the dickhead.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Also, I don't think those people do they exist?
I think they do.
Oh god.
Yeah. But, you know, they're
the same people that don't want to play Pokemon Go with me, Liam.
Well, you know.
You're one of them.
I have no judgment for people trying to lose weight.
Only if they play only for people that play Pokemon Go.
If they're trying to lose weight by playing Pokemon Go, that might be different. But, you know, here's the thing. You like the game, right? And lots of other people like the game. And that's totally fair. I do not think we should ban the game. I 100% think that it's good that it is getting people out, and it's getting people exercising, and also somewhat socialising. It just upsets me that it's taken a game to do this, because I feel like if you're doing it, right, like you, because you want to and not necessarily for the gameplay,
yeah,
to me it's a shame that you haven't been doing it before, and you're only doing it now because this game has come along, and you're like, well, now I kind of have an excuse to do it. But
I mean, another side of this, right, is, you know, that I am fixated on the idea of like where technology is going to go in the future.
Yeah.
And I love the idea, of course, like, to me, the idea of like Google Glass, I was like, that's brilliant. Why is it not your whole glasses? Why is it not like this overlay on the world, right?
Right.
So Pokemon Go, to me, the idea of AR being like this, because that's, people are saying it's one of the greatest examples of an AR game. Like, it's done better, even though there was Ingress before it.
Yeah, there aren't many to compare it to, as far as I'm aware.
No, but it is it's like people are loving the fact that it's an AR game that works and isn't just, it doesn't feel like bullshit. You don't play it and you're like, well, this is shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you might, that's fine.
Yes.
I'm not saying that it's wrong to think that.
No, I think, genuinely, for me, I understand that because it is a very new technology they're playing with, they have certain limitations.
Yeah.
I genuinely think if it was a bit more complex, I'd feel differently to it. But to me, from what you've told me, at least, the way the battling works...
Yeah, I don't think you'd like the battling.
No, and then that's like, when you play Pokemon, as much as they say you've got to catch them all, when you play the actual game, you probably spend more of your time battling than doing anything else.
Yeah.
That is the bulk of the game. So you're saying to me, that not you, but the game, is saying, well, this is Pokemon, but without the major main part of the game.
Yeah, no, I do get your point. I understand that.
Okay.
But that's so like for me, I guess as well. This is a thing that sort of points towards, as ridiculous as it might be, and it might never happen.
Yeah.
But there is a future that I can see where we have like AR goggles that aren't ridiculously cumbersome things that you wear. That's literally just like an overlay you have.
Yeah.
And there is in that future the possibility of a Pokemon game that is effectively the Pokemon game that we know and love, but overlaid on our real world.
And a good thing is, if those people are wearing goggles, I'll know who to avoid.
You'll be wrong. I can't wait till cyborgs are real and I become one, and then you'll be all like, I don't like it. And then I'll kill you with my bare hands.
Would they not be robot hands?
And then I'll wear your flesh and I'll absorb it into my body and I can flick between Jack and Liam.
I feel like a lot of people would have been on your side until that bit.
Yeah, I sort of regret saying it, but we'll see.
Well,
listeners, if you think that I should absorb Liam in the future and become LeJack,
tweet us #absorb Liam.
if we... How cool would that be to get that trending?
That'd be awful.
Absorb Liam.
Imagine what it would do to my self-confidence.
No, I don't think it's a negative on you.
No, I'd love it. It would boost me. I'd be like, look at all these people trending me.
Yeah, exactly.
Culture swap?
Yeah, swap my culture.
So, Jack.
Oh, God.
We sort of danced around the topic a little bit earlier, but the reason why you couldn't drink on Saturday, would you like to share that with our listeners now?
So, viewers, listeners, whatever. We decided that as I was going down on the weekend, we would watch High School Musical together.
And not only just because you were coming down, but also because we did have to turn this episode around quicker than we normally would.
Yeah, there was also, we've got to get this out and done to avoid the Bulgaria incident.
I mean, that sounds like a proper political thing.
I know, it sounds cool, that's why I said it.
Okay.
But, so, we watched it together, and Liam suggested... I'd already said I'm going to drink while we're doing it, because I don't think I'll survive.
Yeah. Which, I was understandable.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
So you suggested we do a drinking game.
Yeah.
There was already one online.
Yeah. We modified it as well, I modified it a little bit. You refused to play with those rules.
Yeah, well, you kept... There was one website that had one set of rules and another website that had another. So both were designed to make you drink a reasonable amount. Liam wanted to do both together. I
ended up doing an amalgamation of the two, where I did all of the one that you were doing, but then I added a couple of ones from the other one that I liked the sound of.
Yeah. But it turns out, listeners, that if you're playing these drinking games, High School Musical has a lot of things that happen repeatedly over and over again. Such things as drink every time someone says Wildcats, and every time someone says what team. Now, to someone who hasn't watched High School Musical, that sounds reasonable.
So someone like
High School Musical, you're aware that they shout, what team? Wildcats. What team? Wildcats. What team? Wildcats. And then you have to do 6 drinks.
Yep.
That happens a lot.
What also helps, I think, is if you make the drinks quite strong.
No. See, you say helps. It was definitely a hindrance. Now, listeners, I don't know if you've seen someone casually pour for a drinking game a half glass of Jack Daniels and a half glass of Coke, but it's not great. It's a good drink.
It tasted
but it's
really
not good. Oh yeah, it did, but it's not good for a drinking game.
Not good when you have to drink 6 times, and then like a couple of minutes later you have to drink for another reason.
I mean, we had to pause that film a fair few times and go and fill up.
Oh yeah.
There was a moment where we decided to get bigger glasses to save us some time.
Yes. Now, in all honesty though, we're saying this, I think if we'd have just done the one film, we'd have been okay.
Yeah, the mistake was... The issue was, I got fairly drunk fairly quickly, because I don't drink very much, listeners, anymore. I used to at uni, but I don't particularly drink when I'm by myself. I don't see the point.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Whereas you do occasionally drink. That makes it sound bad if I say you drink by yourself.
No, I if I've had a particularly difficult day, I'll have a little drink.
You just chug a bottle.
Yes, that's most days.
So... My like resistance to alcohol has gone way the fuck down, and I was fairly drunk fairly quickly. So what that meant was, by the time the first film finished, I was ready for High School Musical 2 and 3. I was like, we've got to watch all 3. Let's just get it out of the way.
At one point, I was worried that he'd want me to throw the concert on as well.
So we made it through 2.
Oh, just about, yeah.
I think we were still sort of doing drinking games.
No, we were. We 100% were.
Okay, cool. I seriously, I honestly don't remember that much.
Yeah.
And then the bit I do distinctly remember is 3 came on, and I rolled onto my side, and you said, "Jack, don't go to sleep."
Yep.
And I said, don't worry about it, Liam, I'm not going to, and then immediately passed out.
Yeah. We got about 25 minutes into 3 before I had to pause it and go and take care of some things, and then just go to bed.
Liam vomited everywhere.
I was a bit sick. To be fair, like I said, drinking through one High School Musical game, playing a drinking game, totally doable. 2, not a smart idea. Then starting a third, but bear in mind, by this point, it probably was about 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
We had been drinking before we even started these films.
I do remember you saying the sun's up.
Oh yeah, the sun came up about 4:30.
Cool.
Just as we were finishing number 2, I think, or at least midway through number 2. I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot of number 2, but I've seen it before, so that's a non-issue.
I mean, I remembered bits of it.
Yeah. Now, number 3, yeah, we got 25 minutes in. When I started it the next day, I didn't remember any of the stuff that we'd watched the night before.
No.
But we did get through all 3 films in the weekend.
Yeah.
Just 2 of them you did drunk, and the third one, not drunk.
Well, like 2/3 of the third one not drunk.
We did start from the beginning again, though.
Was that when I had a hangover?
Yeah.
Because I don't fucking remember.
Okay. So, I don't know. Obviously, as the person that recommended this, it's pretty obvious I'm a fan of these films. And I know it might not seem like the sort of thing that you would expect from me, because you're probably thinking I'm a pretty cool guy. But,
I think the fact that you're in love with Zac Efron, these people were fully aware that you would be in love with High School Musical.
Exactly. So...
Now, I think what we should do is very quickly, right now, I will say that my favourite one of the 3 was 3.
Okay. Which?
I remember sort of enjoying 2.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about 1, because 1 is the one we're going to talk about.
Exactly.
I just want to quickly get 2 and 3 out of the way.
We are not going to have another Santa Claus debacle.
No, we aren't.
So, what is interesting, 3 is one that was actually... It got a lot bigger budget because they were giving it a cinema release, whereas 1 and 2 were made for the Disney Channel.
Okay, I think you did tell me that, and I think it is noticeable.
Yeah, it really is. I think, especially if you watch all 3 in quick succession, you really notice the budget went into number 3. Anything else you'd like to mention about 2 and 3 before we move on to number 1?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay. I mean, I will say...
We'll save it for when you inevitably demand that we do 2, officially.
Yeah, that might happen. Would you be up for doing another drinking game if we do 2?
God, no.
What if we did less strong drinks?
Then yeah, maybe.
Okay. I'll say personally, 2 is my least favourite of the 3, but 3 is better.
Yeah.
Obviously. Although 2 does feature my favourite song of the 3. Would
you like to let all the listeners know what your favourite song is?
Yes, because we played a little game where every time there was a song, I turned to you and went, is that my favourite song? And you've said either yes or no.
I got it right.
Did you, though?
Yes, I have the video on my phone.
Oh, I don't remember.
I haven't posted that to our Twitter yet, but I will do, listeners.
Okay, I don't... What video was that?
It's you very, very violently singing along to one specific song.
Maybe they don't need to see that video.
Oh, they do. They saw me dancing to the other ones, so they're definitely going to see...
We'll get to that.
I found 2 videos on my phone after the night.
Do you remember
one of them is
taking
you mouthing along to one of the songs, just, normally.
Yeah.
And the other one is hand movements, you closing your eyes, swinging your head. You get very into it.
Was I maybe more drunk for the second video? Significantly. Also,
quite possibly.
Also, let's bear in mind, right? When we started watching this, you gave me this rule that if I sang during number 1, you'd leave the room. So
yeah, no, it wasn't even that I'd leave the room, it was that I'd stop watching them completely.
Yeah, so I couldn't sing through number 1 for this podcast, but that was not a rule that was in effect for number 2.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that it was an issue in number 2.
Exactly, and even if it had been in effect, I think by that point you were too far gone to actually move.
Yeah, 100%.
So I got away with it.
And you did follow the rules for number 1.
I did. I enjoyed myself quietly.
Yes.
So, number 1, Jack. Do you mind if I give a brief plot synopsis?
Go for it.
It's a little bit like Grease. You've got a guy and a girl who meet each other over Christmas vacation, on New Year's Eve to be precise. Well, obviously Grease, they meet in summer. And then it turns out that girl has transferred to the school, again, a lot like Grease, and there's songs a lot like Grease. What is a little bit different is the kind of moral message of Grease, if you will, is that you should change yourself to be with the person you like, whereas High School Musical makes quite a lot of points about how you shouldn't change yourself. But that's not the point of the film. It's just that is a point that is made. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So it's all about Troy, our dashing Zac Efron heartthrob hero, and Gabriella, played by Vanessa Hudgens. They're the guy and girl who meet, and they fall in love, but Troy is also a basketball player, and if he starts joining the High School Musical, that might affect his game. So Jack, what were your thoughts?
The film's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay.
Although, to be fair, I always said I could see myself enjoying this film if I actually give it the time of day.
That is true.
Right, so that's fair.
Because we both like musicals, right?
Yeah, I love musicals. They're great.
What's your favourite?
That is a tough one.
It is.
I love Cats. Cats is great.
I've never seen Cats.
I saw it live. It's really good.
See, I was half expecting you to say Sweeney Todd.
No, I like Sweeney Todd, but no.
Not favourite, okay.
I also love Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, but that's because having Christian parents, I watched that one a fair amount. Not because they were like, you need to watch it.
Yeah.
Just because it has fucking catchy songs.
Okay.
But so yeah, that's fair. I always knew that I would come out having enjoyed myself.
To a degree. I think you were a little bit worried about enjoying it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But, so my main issues with this film, some of the songs, I don't know what the correct wording for this is, but like, because I know musicals, the songs are about what's happening. That's like the tradition, right? That's what they do.
Yeah.
Joe's from the Technicolor Dreamcoat, he sings about his coat. Cats, they sing about the cats. It all makes sense. But High School Musical, some of the lyrics to some of the songs are a little bit almost too straightforward. I don't know, is that the way of saying it?
Could you give me an example?
I'm thinking of mainly Get Your Head in the Game.
Okay, so I was actually thinking start of something new. You know, it's the film starts, the very first song is this could be the start of something new.
But that's fine. That I can accept because the lyrics aren't like they are about what's happening. But so it's not necessarily that the song's about what's happening. It's more when the lyrics are just like, I'm currently doing this thing that I am currently doing on screen.
Right, I'm with you. Yeah, so Get Your Head in the Game, where it's talking about going right and going left.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just them going right and left.
Shooting from the outside J, I think it is.
Yes.
Which I'm assuming is a basketball term.
I guess so. Because there's no one in the film that's called Jay.
No.
So I guess so.
Yeah, Jason's the closest you've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's that kind of thing, like where the lyrics are very simple, I guess. And I'm like, it almost feels like they didn't try. Like I'm sure they could have come up with a better song that wasn't just like go left, go right.
I agree.
Get ahead in the game.
I agree with what you're saying. Because I think if you look at something like Grease again, those songs tend to work on two levels. Where if once you get to a certain age, you're like, wait, there's a very dirty connotation to this song. But a younger ear might not pick up on it.
And not even that. It's like, so when Sandy gets her ear pierced,
yeah,
they sing a song. I can't remember which song.
Look at me, I'm Sandra Dee, lousy with virginity.
Nice. Do they have any lines in that song where it's like, I'm going to shove the needle through your ear into the ice?
No.
Because that's what some of the lyrics in High School Musical felt like.
It's a bit too descriptive of what was going on.
A bit too, yeah. Because that feels like you're relying on something. You're relying on the person doing it. It's not like you're not telling the story.
Yeah.
You're just explaining what I can already see.
Okay, yeah. That's
if you get what I mean.
I
don't know if that's the right way of describing it, but that's...
I think that is more of an issue with Get Your Head in the Game, but equally...
That is the best example of it. It's not necessarily... I'm not saying every song's like that, because they do have songs that aren't.
But equally, I think what we have to bear in mind with Get Your Head in the Game is it does still have a relevance to the story in that, you know, get your head in the game, Jack. You've got to focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, he's thinking too much about music.
Yeah, and what he needs to be thinking about is basketball.
Yeah, so it's relevant. It's not that it's not relevant. It's just, I don't know. But I think that was like my main issue. And then, of course, the fact that it's, you know, it's kind of a very generic story. But I'm not going to say that as a negative. It's just, it is a very straightforward story.
Okay.
Like, there's no huge surprises.
I'd say there's some.
Go on.
I was surprised at how delightful Zac Efron was.
Right. I meant actual surprise, like twists in the film, Liam, not just your wistful crush on Zac Efron.
No, I think there's a couple, like, maybe not surprises. I get what you're saying. It's like it ends how you would expect it to end, but there are certainly moments that I was not expecting, like when basically the main characters, all of their friends team up against them to try and keep them away from each other, which is a huge dick move.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have expected that.
It's not
from a
exactly
Disney
shocking,
film.
though, because that is a sort of standard storytelling trope, isn't it?
I know.
Not necessarily the friends, but the like...
Oh, it's normally
You
more...
have to have that moment where they both go, oh,
Yeah,
maybe
like,
we shouldn't be together.
I think for me, it is things like the song stick to the status quo. I wouldn't have expected a song like that from this film, because...
But, I mean, you say that. It's not... But that song's not them going... Like, because High School Musical's message isn't... At the end of that song, they don't go, see, we were right. You can't be a musician or a singer. Because he does become a singer. So, like, that song is the standard, we're going to sing about the way we feel, and then you're going to prove us wrong. That's what that song is.
Yeah, so basically, because what's happened in the film by this point is Troy, the basketball star, has gone to audition for the Spring Musicale, and the concern amongst the other students is if, like, a jock, essentially, starts mingling with, like, the theatre nerds, then the kind of social hierarchy will break down, and Sharpay actually says, you know, if this carries on, the mathletes could go from drool to cool.
Please don't quote lines like that.
Like what?
I don't think they help your case.
We don't know. So, you know, I think the whole point of that song, at least, is while people are being like, oh, even though I'm into my books, I like to hip hop and I pop and lock and all this, and like you've got the stoner skater kid who's like massively into the cello. While you do have that, the overall, to me, like the end of that song, it is still stick to the status quo, stick to what you know.
That's what I'm saying, Liam. I'm not saying, but that's not the film's message. I'm saying that's the point in the film where they show you the current norm of the school, which is them saying, we get that you've got these other things that you like, but don't do them.
Yes.
You're a mathlete, be a mathlete, right? Which isn't the message of the film, and that's very standard for, like...
So, what message did you take away from the film?
Well, I don't think it really gives a great message, like, as in, there's not, like, a clear... It's just, if you like doing theatre, do theatre.
Do what you like.
Yeah, effectively.
Now, do you worry that perhaps his reason for doing it was not as much that he likes theatre, but that he liked the girl who liked theatre?
No, that's what initially gets him into it, but that isn't why he wanted to do theatre, Liam.
No, I would agree with that. I was just wanted your perspective on it.
Yeah. That's what initially makes him, like, try out.
Yeah, of course.
And then he realises he has a beautiful voice.
And he can also do some pretty slick dance moves. My only concern with this film, not concern, maybe complaint. I've got two complaints, really.
Go on.
The first, I would have liked to have seen more of the musical at the end.
Yep.
Because we only get to see one song. And actually, that's not even true. We don't actually get to see the show by the end of the film. Because what we see is the audition callbacks.
Yep.
So I would have liked to have seen the musical at the end. I mean, it is called High School Musical, so I feel like I'm entitled to expect that. The other thing is, I do not like Gabriella's solo called When There Was Me and You. For me, that's the weakest song of the film.
Weaker than Get Your Head in the Game?
Yeah, I don't mind Get Your Head in the Game. I know that you have issues with it, but I think it's good advice to live by, personally.
Fair enough.
But, you know, When There Was Me and You, it's just her being a bit sort of mopey, and it's after she's seen him kind of pepping up his basketball squad and saying, like, oh, she's just a girl, she doesn't mean anything to me, it's all about this big game we're about to go and win. And, like, obviously he's going to say that. Like, he's the captain of the basketball team. He's got to get them motivated to go out there and win. And Gabriella, right, isn't all, like, pissy that her so-called friends have orchestrated this, because they're quite blatant in being like, well, we just thought you should see this, bust out an old school laptop, and there's a webcam recording him saying this.
I mean, the issue with that, Liam, is you're applying logic to the film that isn't what happens in the film. Like, you're adding your level of logic to it. It is a Disney Channel movie.
But if I was Gabriella, I'd be like, well, on
that's
one
the
hand,
issue, Liam. You're not Gabriella.
I wish I was.
I know you do.
On one hand, right, she could be like, oh, he's saying these things and he's a bit of a dick. But on the other hand, these aren't friends. Like, people that would do this to me, knowing my feelings for this guy...
But I'm saying she doesn't know that they're... Like, I know it's obvious. I'm not defending it, Liam.
Okay.
I know it's obvious.
Yeah.
But I'm saying in the film's logic,
Yeah.
she doesn't know they've set it up until later, where they say to her,
No,
Gabriella,
right.
I know you.
Sorry.
I know you believed that it was all just chance, but
Hold up,
it was
Jack.
actually us.
Hold up. They don't know that they've orchestrated it, so Troy would say that, okay? But what is pretty fucking obvious is the fact that they've got a live webcam recording of him saying it.
But you're applying your logic. You're applying an adult watching a Disney Channel movie's logic to it, where you're like, well, I don't understand how she couldn't have realised.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's a Disney Channel movie where, like, if that was the case, she'd have said, why is there a webcam? Right?
Yeah.
The film doesn't want you to assume that. The film's not saying to you, Gabriella realises it's her friends. The film is specifically being like, ignore the obvious here.
Yeah.
Assume that Gabriella doesn't put that together.
And then we just get the When There Was Me and You song, which I think is the cringiest song.
That's fine. It's not a good song.
No. And, like, she's walking around school and there's, like, huge posters of him. Like, there was never anything like that for the sports guys at my school. I don't know if it's different
aren't
in
American
America.
schools.
Yes, it might be
It is
different.
very different over there.
Okay. But, I mean, so, if we could just run through the songs very quickly. There's not many, so don't worry about this. I would like your memories and opinions on them, okay?
I'm not going to remember most of them, but yeah.
No,
sure.
you will. So we got Start Something New, which was the first song, and I really like the way that song is set up, where it's like a karaoke thing. And you've got the MC who pulls them both on stage, and he's like, one day, you guys are going to thank me for this.
Yeah, and then we never see him again.
Yeah, they never thank him. So what do you think of that song? Because that's like your introduction to the music in this film.
I don't know if you're going to believe me, but I honestly don't remember that song. Like, I remember it happening.
Yeah.
I have no recollection of that song.
Right, I'm not going to sing it, because
I know.
can't.
I'm not asking you to. Trust me.
Good.
So there you go. I guess that's my review of that song. I don't remember it.
Okay. This might not necessarily be in order. I'm trying to do this from memory and place them in order. So then I think you've got Bop to the Top, which is Sharpay and Ryan's duet that they do for the first school audition.
Yeah, I sort of remember that song.
It's quite an upbeat, funky number with a bit of a
Yep.
Spanish sizzle to it.
I don't think you actually know if it's got Spanish sizzle to it.
Oh no, it does. She does a little bit of Spanish in it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
She says like "Ay Caribe" or something.
Did you mean to say I caramba?
Nope.
Which is like the Bart Simpson.
No, literally, she said like "Ay Caribe" in a very Spanish
Right.
way.
Fair enough.
Trust me, it has a Spanish infusion.
I vaguely remember the song.
Did you like it?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. And then we have a kind of collection of people auditioning, and they're singing "What I've Been Looking For."
Yeah.
I remember you took some umbrage with that.
Oh, was it the fact that they're like mean to these people that are trying out for?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it seems like the whole message of this film is clearly meant to be like, no, do what you want, Troy. You can be this singer, but only try to be a singer if you can sing.
Which is probably good advice.
No, it's not. That's terrible. That's a terrible. Like, imagine how many kids there are that watch High School Musical.
Yeah.
And then like have the beginnings of being good singers. Like, because I think most people can be trained to be good at stuff if you have lessons. Imagine how many people had one person go, yeah, you're all right at singing, and immediately went, well, if High School Musical taught me anything, it's that if I'm only all right, I should give in.
Okay, but here's my counterpoint to that, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but the counterpoint is, if you told everyone that they were good at singing, then you get the sort of deluded fools that you find on like American Idol and stuff.
I'm not saying tell everyone they're good at singing, Liam. I'm saying if someone tells you you're not good at singing, don't necessarily give up and be like... someone say it's go. You can. It's quite fine to go. Oh, okay. I'm not good at singing. So maybe I need lessons, or maybe I should practice. That's what I'm saying.
Someone told me that I wasn't good at singing.
Yeah, and you still sing.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah, you're not good at singing.
It's not just
like
you.
I said. I'm not telling you to not listen to those people. I'm saying if someone tells you you're not good at singing, you can still try.
The thing is, it's not just you that's told me that. That's what concerns me.
Yeah, I'm saying if you want to be a good singer, Liam, if you genuinely, honestly, if you said to me, I want to be good at singing.
I do, Jack. I want to be... Not
fine.
even good.
Go have
I
lessons.
want to be to the stage where I can do karaoke and not kill people's ears.
That's cool. Go have lessons.
But again, this comes back to what we were discussing earlier, where it's like, where do you just go and find these lessons? In London, I'm sure there's lessons in every other building.
But earlier we were on different sides of this argument.
Exactly. Do you see what's happened there,
So
Jack?
now you're agreeing with my earlier points.
And you're agreeing with mine.
No, but lessons are different because lessons aren't a club. I'm not saying join a singing club. I'm saying get lessons. Like, literally hire a teacher.
So then we've got What I've Been Looking For, properly sung by...
Yeah, I prefer their version because they let Kelsey play piano.
Yeah. So not only do you have... so that's the one where Sharpay and Ryan sing it.
Oh, wait. Do they?
So that we've got two. We've got the one where Troy and Gabriella sing it.
You said that Sharpay sang it at the beginning.
She sings Bop to the Top.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I like this song, but I prefer the version that's sung by Troy and Gabriella.
Okay, so I jumped ahead a little bit there. My apologies.
Yeah, you confused me. Sorry.
Yeah, so you prefer the Troy and Gabriella version, which was a bit
only
more...
because they let Kelsey play piano.
Okay, well, we'll get to Kelsey, so we haven't mentioned it yet. Then we've got, I think it's Stick to the Status Quo, which we've discussed.
Yep.
Oh, also somewhere in there, there's Get Your Head in the Game.
Yep.
I think that maybe is after Stick to the Status Quo. So Get Your Head in the Game, we know you're not a big fan of, right?
No, it's really catchy.
Okay.
I just don't necessarily like the lyrics.
What about Stick to the Status Quo?
Sure.
Okay. So then we get to like the end, and there's kind of 3 songs-ish at the end, if I remember rightly. You have the Sharpay and Ryan version of What I've Been Looking For, because they do that for their final audition.
Yep.
And it's very overproduced.
Yep.
We also totally skipped over Vanessa Hudgens' When There Was Me and You, for good reason. Then we have Troy and Gabriella's final audition song, which you would think would be What I've Been Looking For, but instead they sing Breaking Free.
Yeah.
What do you think of that song?
It's good. It's catchy.
And then it ends with Start of Something New. No? What?
We're all in this together.
That's what I meant to say. I got myself confused.
You did, because that's the first song again, Liam.
Yep. It ends with We're All in This Together. I should have known that.
Which is a great song.
And it's a song that you learnt the dance moves to, isn't it, Jack?
Yep.
So,
if you want to see that, listeners, look on our Twitter.
did you enjoy the dance moves?
No, the learn to dance to this song section of their DVD is shit.
Why is that?
Because the first step is always like, do this one thing,
Yeah.
and then do this second thing. There you go, you've got the first bit down. And I was like, oh, okay, this isn't going to be that hard. And the second step, he told me like 10 different instructions really quickly, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore.
You were doing it quite good at half speed.
I've been told.
There's video evidence.
Yeah.
Full speed, I very deliberately didn't record that for your dignity.
It's annoying because wasn't the full speed one better? There was one where I did better on full speed than half speed.
I mean, we can definitely think that if you want.
Yeah, so the ones you didn't see, listeners, were the ones where I 100% did it.
Yeah. You also learned the dance to get your head in the game, which, while they do say you can do without a basketball, I do think it loses a lot of its fun.
Yeah, you don't need a basketball. Now pretend you're rolling a basketball or bouncing a basketball. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, Kelsey, Jack, the shining beacon that got you through these 3 films.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about her at all?
She's just like a beautiful angel.
At one point, you were very willing to take her to prom.
Yeah, I was basically... She is the kind of girl that when I was in high school, I would have been like, good lord, she's the one.
So, could you kind of let people know what her role is in the film?
She writes the music for their musical. For the musical within High School Musical.
Yeah.
And she's like a music coordinatory person. That's like her job.
Composer?
Pun?
Composer?
That's the one, composer.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
music
you.
Coordinator.
Yeah, you know.
Sounds a bit more profesh.
Yeah, that's her like role.
And she is adorable. Like, I think you can see that she's being kind of picked on a little bit by Sharpay, particularly. And
I don't think picked on's the right word. Like, Sharpay's not... Like, I feel like this whole film, Sharpay's not like a bully, particularly.
Do you think?
I don't think she's a bully. I think she just thinks everyone's below her, which I guess is sort of a bully.
Yeah.
But she's not like... She doesn't like go out of her way to like pick on people. She just thinks that she deserves better.
Yeah, that is very true.
Like, there's no point where she's like shoving you in a locker.
Oh, no, she's not like that sort of bully. But I think...
But she is mean.
Yeah, she's a mean girl. So Kelsey... when Troy and Gabriella show an interest, suddenly it's not the Sharpay show anymore. So Kelsey like clings to them and is very much, willing to work with them.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, listeners, this is a film that I think if you go in with an open mind and a happy-go-lucky attitude, you might find it's not as bad as you're expecting.
I think most people would find it's not as bad as they're expecting.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's the best film ever.
No, and I would agree with that. It is not the best film ever. It's possibly not even Zac Efron's best film ever. But it is the sort of film that I personally am happy to watch again and again and again.
Whereas I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again.
Until we do High School Musical 2.
Unless you force me to watch it again when we do High School Musical 2.
Yeah, which will now go on the list. And, by the time we get around to doing it, we'll probably have to rewatch 1 just to refresh our memories of where the story got to.
Fantastic.
Before 2 starts. But, we maybe won't do drinking games when we watch them.
Or nicer drinks.
Yeah. Do you think the drinking games made it more of an experience, or would you kind of prefer to have not been...
They made it more bearable. I don't think I'd have been able to make it through the rest of it if I hadn't been drinking.
If you hadn't been drinking, I definitely don't think we'd have got you to watch number 2.
No.
Definitely not. And barely number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
watching number 3 was basically because we'd already seen some of it, so I was like, I guess we have to.
I was very insistent. You didn't really
You also
want
were
to...
very insistent, yeah.
And I was less insistent with us watching the extras, but you did seem to enjoy those.
It's because I was just interested in what they had to say. I was...
Yeah, exactly. After watching these, what is your opinion of Zac Efron?
I mean, nothing. I definitely separate this Zac Efron from the... the Zac Efron in these films, I don't get why you love.
Okay.
Whereas, the Zac Efron nowadays, I get it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
Zac Efron seems like a cool guy.
He's very deliberately distanced himself from these films.
Yeah, and I agree with him. I'm like, yeah, that's the right decision.
The thing is, while I agree with you, he has done the right decision, I still hold hope that they'll do a High School Musical reunion film, and if they're going to do that, they can't do it without Zac Efron.
Yeah.
So...
I don't want them to do one.
That's not what you were saying the other day, Jack.
I think that's just I wanted to see more Kelsey.
Exactly. Imagine her coming back 10 years later.
What's Zac Efron doing? Get back in the film.
Exactly. So yeah, that is my hope. Give it a few more years yet, but I would 100% be down for the High School Musical reunion film. What would you like to give them out of 3, Jack?
We're just doing the first film.
Yep.
2.5.
Okay. That's not terrible. Middle ground.
Yeah, that's like my smack bang in the middle.
Yeah. I'm going to go for 4 out of 5.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Like I said, not a perfect film, but it is... It's kind of like the equivalent of popcorn, where I can just devour it and enjoy it, but it won't necessarily leave me feeling satisfied or like I've had a lot of thoughts probed or anything like that, like the real classic films will do.
Now, listeners, when you see the video that I post to Twitter when this episode goes live, just bear that in mind, that Liam's like, this is just like popcorn, it's nothing major.
I mean,
this is more like Liam's heroin.
Well, yeah, there is that.
He'll keep coming back forever and he can't help himself.
Yeah. So, Jack, what are we doing next time?
Well, Liam, seeing as I was so gracious as to let you pick High School Musical this time, and, again, didn't hate it.
Yeah.
We agreed that I would be allowed to pick the next one, and I can try and get you to like an anime again.
Because that went so well last time, didn't it?
I realised the mistake I made last time.
What was that?
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But it is more of a traditional anime, right? It's got the big monsters.
I don't even think that's the mistake you made last time. Judging from the show and judging from what you've told me of the show, I think the mistake you made last time, is you gave me 6 episodes of a show that doesn't really get started and get good until after those 6 episodes.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't really have any other choice if I give you something like Attack on Titan. I can't go to you, hey Liam, watch episodes 6 to 12.
No, I agree, but
I did try. I said, hey Liam, maybe you should try watching the rest of the series after this, and you went, no.
No, I just said I was going to, I just never did.
Yeah, exactly. So
kind
that's
of
your
like
fault, not
you
mine.
with Making a Murderer.
Yeah, that's true. So next time, we'll be doing Cowboy Bebop.
First, it's just a fucking ridiculous name.
Yep, welcome to the world of anime.
Yeah.
Where they translate Japanese names to English, and it never quite works.
Could you just prepare me a little bit with kind of a very general, one sentence, what it's about?
No. I mean, I can give you you're not going to like it.
Okay.
The one sentence.
Yeah.
Not the. I reckon you might like the series.
Alright, just let's get the one sentence, like a plaster, pull it off quick.
It's basically about a space bounty hunter and his crew, and it's their adventures, effectively. But that, honestly, that does not describe this show at all.
Can I ask, and obviously without spoiling it, can I ask why you think I would like this?
Because it's different to the standard anime.
Right, but as someone that doesn't necessarily like the standard anime...
Yeah, it's not different in a... oh, I get it, because it's different in a good way, like in a anyone could watch this, and like the issues you have said to me that you have with anime before,
which are,
this doesn't really do them. I don't know, I can't fucking remember, you told me in like episode 1.
Does anyone come of age?
No, I'm not giving you, no, because see, the thing is, right, I don't want to do a podcast where we only review coming of age things, so you can fuck right off with that.
Would you say anyone came of age in High School Musical? Because
no, they didn't, they just stayed children.
Well, they were all adults pretending to be children. Let's make that very clear.
Yeah, the characters just all stay children.
After you've just said how much you fancy Kelsey, let's make it very clear.
I don't fancy Kelsey. I would have dated Kelsey or tried to date Kelsey in high school, but the actress that played Kelsey,
whose name
is a beautiful angel. It's Alicia Rulin.
Nerd on Nerd, where we come prepared.
Yep.
I think the important thing to bear in mind when you're watching and maybe even enjoying High School Musical is that most of the cast were 18 and above when filming.
God, Jesus, that makes you sound so disgusting, Liam.
I'm just saying, one of my big initial reasons for enjoying the film when I first watched it was 100% Vanessa Hudgens. I had a mad crush on her. It's gone in later years. I don't know why necessarily. Like I don't know. Do you know about the kind of scandal she was involved in?
Oh, vaguely, but not probably.
Yeah, and I don't know if that maybe I don't know. That might have been the beginning, and then she made a couple of like questionable film choices. Her and Zephron broke up, and I feel like if you can do that to him, I mean, you're not really worth time of day, are you? So we had a bit of a disagreement, if you will, that she doesn't really know about. But I still can go back and enjoy the film for what it is. It's just she annoys me a little bit more now than she did when I first watched it.
You're like the girl that has a crush on the main guy, and then like the girl breaks up with him, and you're like, well, she was a bitch anyway.
Yep.
Oh, Liam.
It's fine. So yeah, next time, Cowboy Bebop, 6 episodes. If you want to get involved, they might be on Netflix. We don't know.
No idea.
We have no idea. If not, I'm sure there's a DVD available.
There is.
Exactly, because that's what I'm going to be ordering soon.
Yep.
So get involved, get them watched. Let us know what you thought of those episodes. And look, we know that our last episode only went up yesterday, and it didn't give you a lot of time to get your thoughts in about High School Musical. So if you've written in and you're listening to this, eagerly waiting for us to read out what you had to say about High School Musical, we're sorry. We promise we'll read it out next episode.
Yep.
And how can they write in and let us know what they think of these things, Jack?
If you want to write in and let us know, you can tweet us at nerdonnerd, or you can email us at nerdonnerdpod@gmail.com.
I've been Liam Underwood.
I've been Jack Hamster.
Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Bye.